Coming up on Look Today, a women's march is planned for Saturday in Glens Falls. We've got details. Plus, we've got part two of our coverage of an event that took place at TEC-SMART's HVCC campus in Malta. More on that coming up. And Queensbury High School students explore a unique way to relieve stress caused by classroom examinations. This is a good one. We got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone and happy Friday. I'm J. Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Lawrence Dudley. He's an author. He's here to talk about his new novel about espionage during World War II. Great interview. I also sit down with Claudia Bramer. She's supervisor, Glens Falls Ward 3. She's here to talk about an initiative to ban plastic bags in Warren County. A hot topic. Plus, we've got your weather, weekend weather, Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, a women's march is planned for Saturday, Glens Falls. Now, this will be the second time a women's march has taken place in Glens Falls. You might recall, last year's march was a response to President Trump being elected. Well, last year's attendance was impressive. They calculated about 1,500 people. Now, this rally is organized to help stop increasing hatred and racism. And we spoke to one of the organizers of the event, Anid Mastriani.
This administration, this Republican administration, has attacked women's rights on all fronts, from health care to birth control to family leave to affordable daycare to Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. These are all minimum wage. These are all issues that disproportionately affect women in a negative way.
And as part of a national movement, by the way, I think the big organized event is in Las Vegas. In other news, we got part two of a coverage of a great event that happened yesterday at TEC-SMART's HVCC campus in Malta. 11th and 12th grade students of the Clean Tech ECHS program showcased their micro home models and projects. Now, these projects include solutions to local and global human needs using solar energy. Now, we were there, and we spoke to Samuel Krauth. He's a senior.
We've decided to take our focus to an area in Thailand on those Mapta Phut. It's an industrial province. It's an industrial park in the Rayon province that houses a lot of factories that aren't really receiving any kind of regulation, and there's a ton of air pollutants going out there. It's very harmful to the over 25,000 people living around there. So we decided to take some air filters. We've decided to design some air filters that we can implement into some of the smokestacks in these factories that'll get some of these harmful emissions out of the air and won't be causing such negative health effects on the people living around it.
I don't know about you, I get so excited when I listen to them. They really are the future. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw more overcast skies than yesterday, so let's see how the weekend is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update on Look TV. Let's take a look. High pressure in control across much of the southeast. We also have this cold front advancing in the Midwest. Here's a warm front advancing into southeast Canada. For us, we'll have that high pressure kind of dominating, but temps are not going to be warm. 18 in Albany, 16 in Burlington and Buffalo, 13 Bangor, 31 Boston, 20 in Clifton Park, about 19 in most areas of the Capital District. Whitehall at 19. Glens Falls will drop to about 18 for the overnight low, and mid-teens in Johnsburg and Pottersville. Mostly cloudy skies, south wind about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and partial sunshine, 40 degrees on your Saturday. Out the door, we'll have southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That could make it feel like the mid-teens with actual air temps in the lower to mid-20s. And your extended forecast, one more dry day on your Sunday, 38, mostly cloudy. 50% chance of rain and snow on Monday. We go warmer from there. The warm front's going to come by, bringing a likely chance of showers on Tuesday, 42 the afternoon high, morning low of 34. Slight chance of snow on Wednesday, 32 the afternoon high, morning low of 25 with the west wind. That was your first look weather update. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Okay, back to the news. Well, as we told you earlier this week, Glens Falls School District voters are getting ready to go to the polls this coming Tuesday. And the reason is that Glens Falls City School District's proposing that they're going to purchase land adjacent to the current school bus garage. Now, the reason being is that the district needs more space to park and move its buses. Some of these are for safety reasons. Now, if the land is purchased, there will be no additional cost to district taxpayers. However, it has to go to vote. So we spoke to Superintendent of Glens Falls, Paul Jenkins.
We have 16 buses and 6 vans, and we have a number of other maintenance vehicles, and trying to park them all on the property that we have is becoming an issue for us, along with all of the other drivers' vehicles and things like that. So for us to expand our parking area is going to, number one, give us more space to park the vehicles, but also it becomes a safety hazard for our buses and for our drivers trying to get in and out of the current property that we have.
In other news, Queensbury High School students explored a unique way to relieve stress caused by taking tests. A stress fair was organized by senior students Alexandra Winters, Kieran Lockwood, and Janae Greenhalls. Now, are you ready? Students cuddled therapy-certified dogs. The dogs were escorted by handlers from Paws for Obedience, which is located in South Glens Falls. Well, we spoke to Janae about this very unique event.
Well, when students are stressed, they tend to focus more on the actual stress than being able to actually study for their tests and perform well. The stress really can overwhelm them, and that hinders their performance on the test. So by helping to relieve some of that stress and helping them learn coping methods, then they will perform better.
You know, as a lover of pets, I totally get this. Maybe not snakes, but dogs and cats, yeah. We also spoke to Kieran about more events like this.
So hopefully, this will become an annual thing. I won't be here next year, but hopefully we can pass it down to someone in the next grade.
Up next, I sit down with Lawrence Dudley. He's an author. He's here to talk about his new novel. It's about espionage during World War II. Great interview. Plus, I also sit down with Claudia Bramer. Now, she's supervisor of Glens Falls Ward 3. She's here. I talk about an initiative to ban plastic bags in Warren County. This is a growing movement all across the country. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Yes, we actually made it to Friday. I don't even want to talk about what a week it's been. I was on the phone this morning with Norm and Joel, just reconfiguring one little detail about bit rates. But I really do think the worst is beyond us. And when I want to thank everybody here, as I try to do on every Friday, this one is particularly important. So Antoinette and Dana and Andrew and Drew, Jack and Joel, Norm, the Bat, everybody who just really rallied to get us through the worst. We're actually back in our control room now, and it does appear that we've got every possible bug out of the system so that we're back on our feet again. And man alive, that really feels good. Big weekend. Believe it or not, we're doing one heck of a tracks today. It's Wild Adriatic. Everybody knows this band. And it's also Unplugged at Cafe Lena. So we're taping later on tonight, and we'll have this premiered probably next week. You got to watch out for that one. Speaking of music, Paradox Saints, our very own Drew Wardle, they're playing at Neptune's tonight, after tracks, of course, playing at Neptune's tonight. A couple of other things. West Mountain's got Winter Fest weekend. Looks like tomorrow especially is going to be a great day for that. Best of luck to Spence and the gang up there. And probably last but not least, Acres for Owls. We've been talking about this, and you may have seen the interview that I did this week. Last couple of days, it's the Friends of the IBA. Look for the interview on our website or go to their website and contribute the last couple of days for Acres for Owls. That's it, everybody. This is going to be a good weekend. And tonight on Look TV, we've got Beyond the Headlines, we've got tracks. Don't forget, you can tune in Monday night. Yes, you can, for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.